Ah, Wolverine, Patch and Smart Hulk. Hopefully, this Hulk doesn't make me angry. Hasbro wouldn't like it when I'm angry. So here we have the Wolverine Hulk 2-pack for Joe Fixit and Patch. I wasn't super excited about this. I'm really excited about the Patch figure. I'm not sure if they released one in the past, but this Hulk reminds me of the 3 different Hulks that we got last year, and I'm pretty sure that they are some way, shape, or form just reuse, but we got to open it up and check. That's what I said when I was looking at the Joe Fixit with the black suit, the blue suit. So let's actually put it to the test. But before we do that, let's see if this box is better than your mom's.
This box better than the box he was held in.
So on this side, we get a photo of Joe Fixit in his white tuxedo with claw marks on the back. We get to see the cover of the Wolverine comic that had Joe Fixit and Patch on it, or a variation of it rather, because this is actually the original down here. Then we have Wolverine on this side, and that's it. Now, I do appreciate this artwork and the fact that it's very close to that one. This is actually super dope. But the fact that they didn't do anything other than that one piece of art and it was like, okay, that's enough. We can just split it in 2 and put it on the 2-pack. Seems kind of lazy. Could have did something else. Just my thoughts. It's Hasbro again doing one piece of artwork and then saying that's enough for everyone. Who cares? Who wants more artwork or photos of the action figures or anything of that nature? Just that photo, split it up, call it a day. This box is mediocre, not complete trash, but could be better. So let's find out what's in the box, even though we can see from here.
What's in the box?
Crickety chair. In the box, we get Joe Fixit, we get Patch, we get 2 alternate hands. One is I don't know, it looks like a trigger hand, and then probably reused from the original Joe Fixit that we got late last year for the Walmart exclusive, and a gripping hand. Pet peeve, don't give me one of each, you have to give me 2. We get Angry Hulk face, which looks like the Gray Hulk that we got with the Bruce Banner 2-pack. We get 2 Wolverine non-pop claws. We get a smirking, let's get this, a smirking Wolverine face. Really good detail on that face. We're looking at when we look at details. And that's it. Will Mills have shot you for us in the box? Yes, absolutely, because outside of these really gorgeous figures that I'm not going to deny that they look great, you get nothing. You get basically stuff that you expect, and I usually expect more, especially for the price tag for this. I know you're paying $50, but I might not have just bought Patch or the Gray Hulk, Joe Fixit. I might have bought one or the other, not both. So that's a fail on their part. But let's see how these things stack up in design. So Joe Fixit is a phenomenal toy, and tall boy. So let's get you down a bit. Phenomenal toy. Look at that face, the detail in his face. He looks more dullard than I expected. I was expecting him to look more like the intelligent Hulk, and like I said, this looks like they just kind of reused the head from the Hulk from the Bruce Banner 2-pack. He's not ideal, but basically, can he do the pose from the Of course he can't, because he doesn't have butterfly joints. We'll get into that when we get into articulation. Can't do that, his pose from the screen, but he looks pretty decent. Wolverine, of course, it looks like a regular Wolverine face, but they put an eye patch on him. They've done hundreds of Wolverine toys. It's hard for them to screw him up. I'm more interested in the body, because I'm not sure how they put this together, because are these actually his arms? They have to be, because they aren't down to his knees. How did they make these legs? I'm pretty sure they didn't mold a brand new set of short legs just for Wolverine. So I want to know how they engineered this toy, because it's just, like I said, it's one thing if you're just modifying a Wolverine and just making it a different color suit or something like that. They would have to have made a small action figure specifically for a suit, and if they did, kudos to them, because I'm not sure they'll ever use this again. But if they just did some really cool engineering, even more kudos to them, because I can't tell. So thumbs up on design, because they are definitely fooling me. I am not sure where that suit or those legs come from. Like I said, obviously they are shorter than any other Marvel action figure I have, so the fact that they're hiding this well, good job. Let's see how these things stack up to other Wolverines. Let's see how these things stack up to Hulk and other Wolverines before I get into if this thing can squat. Here we have the whole freaking crew. So first thing I wanted to do was see how does Wolverine stack up to a normal size figure, and it looks like they might have shaved off some of his thigh. So that's how they got his height difference. I really thought Wolverine would be shorter, unless Bruce Banner is way smaller. But that's fine. Maybe they used the same legs to get that effect. Wolverine. This is X-Men 97 Wolverine, which after seeing the show, they really did a good job with the face. Actually mimics the show. But as you can see, actually this it looks like they used a taller set of legs, slightly taller set of legs on the patch Wolverine, because he is clearly taller than X-Men 97 Wolverine. Not by much, but that hair makes me think that they did something with either the torso or the legs to kind of give us the illusion of having a much bigger figure than we actually have. Look up Wolverine. You can see just slightly, not crazy difference, but it is a difference. Let's move you guys out the way. Now for the main event. The main reason why I got this is because I love Joe Fixit. I wasn't a huge fan of the one that came out with the blue suit, but as you can see, once again, Joe Fixit is smaller than the Savage Hulk and the original Grey Hulk. They are smaller bodies, have less articulation for both of them. So Savage Hulk bigger, and since the original Grey Hulk is on the same body as the Savage Hulk, we know it's bigger. But what I wanted to see was the faces that they came with and the accessories. So the hands for the Grey Hulk are identical to what they have. They look like they did a split. They split the gripping hands that came with the Grey Hulk, and they gave him the trigger finger hand that came with the other Joe Fixit from the Walmart exclusive. So these are identical trigger finger hands, as you can see. Why would you give this Joe Fixit trigger finger hands and not give him a gun? Because reasons. But he has the gripping hand is the same gripping hand that came with the Hulk that came with Bruce Banner. So that's the mystery for that one. Now the last question that I had was the face. Did they actually do a new face? And from the looks of it, I'm actually impressed that Hasbro seemed to have done a actual new face, because as you can see from both faces on the Hulk, even though I was about to give them kudos. Let's see, are you identical? no, if you look at it, they did some modifications to the face, so he looks like he's raising his eyebrow versus the original one that came with the Bruce Banner is not the same exact face. So good for them. Not the same exact face. It is, he is kind of raising his eyebrow. He's doing the people's eyebrow, while this one is just looking straight ahead. And even the angry face is different. He actually has his eyebrow is actually much larger than on the other Hulk. So I think that's the big difference, is that this Hulk, even though it looks like it's the same body, the brow is much bigger. As you can see, let's move you out the way, Mr. Fix-It. You look at the brow. This is, you can obviously see this is the original one, and then this is the Joe Fix-It that came with patch. The brow's actually a lot heavier. So new sculpt for the heads. Kudos to them, because I didn't recognize that at first. Let's move you out the way and to the main event. The reason why we're all here. Oh, and that's lazy. And just an FYI, why I'm saying something's lazy is I was looking as I was putting them down, and you look at the back of this, is just a pure piece of white plastic in the back, like they just snapped it in the mouth, and it was like, yeah, they'll be all right with that laziness. Anyway, the main event, Joe Fix-It and Joe Fix-It. I'm assuming this is the same exact body, just different patterns on the suit. They changed the buttons on it at least, but it's the same exact suit with some different deco on it and some different molding. So the collar's a little bit different on the jacket, but other than that, same exact suit, same coloring on. It goes from a white suit, white shirt, blue suit, white shirt, same jacket, same amount of buttons, same exact suit. This is the same body. They gave us, at least they gave us new heads, so kudos to them. And this is the other Joe Fix-It head, just in case you guys wanted to see it. If you don't really want to see it, look at my review of Joe Fix-It. But yeah, everything's the same, from the shoes, everything, the pants, like I said, there's just a different deco on it. It's the same exact figure. They did a little bit different on the coat pockets. As you can see, they changed how his pocket square, they changed his pocket square. But other than that, same exact suit, no difference. Kind of altered the collar, dropped a little bit, but other than that, same body. So I'm disappointed. While Wolverine, I cannot recognize how they modified the body to get him to look like this. It looks like they probably took a suited leg pants that was from a shorter figure and popped some claws on it and called it a day. I'm really gonna have to look for it. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments where they know that body from, but this is just, hey, you know what? We have the Joe Fix-It mold. Let's do 2 new heads. We have the hands from 18 billion Hulks. Let's do it. Am I asking for brand new toys every single time? No, but surprise me. Let me not be able to like spot it immediately. And I think that's my main complaint about the reuse, is that it's lazy. It's one thing if you are able to hide that you were using it, but this is like, hey, I just bought this toy a couple of months ago, we're going to reuse this body right now. But at least they didn't reuse the head, because they could have easily just used the head from the Grey Hulk that they released last year and just kind of hit us with a double whammy. So kudos to them. Anyway, let's see if this thing can squat.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4
and the simple answer is absolutely not. The Hulk and Wolverine are not able to squat. This is one of those things where you are going to put it on a shelf in one position and call it a day. I'm wondering if I can get him into his pose from the box where he's kind of had his, no, we can't. He doesn't have any articulation, doesn't have a butterfly joint, so he doesn't have motion there. He has a little motion in his torso, but the jacket's preventing him from moving further than that. He does have articulation in the wrist. He does have double jointed elbows, even though they're kind of useless because of how short his arms are. He won't be able to actually, you can bend them separately but not together, so he's not going to get a full bend. Oh no, I take that back. That's a fairly decent bend. I thought it was going to be limited because his bicep is blocking it. It is not. He's not getting all the way up, but that's fine enough. Can't move well because of his jacket. He won't be able to sit because of his jacket. Double jointed knees, hidden well by the way the pants are cut. But he looks like he has cotton from Hank Hill's legs. They shot off his shins, and well, I don't even know what war cotton was in, but they shot off his shins. He doesn't have any shins. He gave his shins to this country. That's what it looks like, the way they have him set up. As for him, same thing that we had with the original Joe Fixit. No butterfly joints. Still the same issue that I had originally was that they have they don't continue the jacket all the way through to kind of help with articulation, which doesn't make sense because it doesn't have articulation. But it's fine with this one because it's a white suit jacket, white shirt. It blends in much better, which with Hasbro, they could have done that with the Joe Fixit. You can check out my review, but I'll show you right now. See, that's laziness. But with this one, it blends in so much better because it's the same gap, but it's white, so it blends in well. So all they had to do was paint blue on his sides for the other Joe Fixit, and that would have been way better toy. Anyway, he can't squat. He has a single jointed elbow, no wrist swivel, but he can turn it. Head can turn so much, not too bad. Articulation in the head, single jointed elbow. Once again, he's a bulky guy, big guy. I'm not expecting much from him, but the one thing that I would have liked is that if he could do the arm cross pose that he has on the cover, but because this thing doesn't have butterfly joints like the other Hulks, he can't actually get his arms across his body. So he is not doing that. Not good articulation. Design is decent. The box is decent. Let's talk about the money. This is a $50 2-pack, and when this first was announced, my beef with any 2-packs from Hasbro is that they're giving us things that either you want one or the other, and they're like, hey, one of these might be a peg warmer. Let's try to package them together and maximize our profits. That's cool and all, but I, outside of the YouTube channel, definitely wouldn't have got Patch. Not a fan of the design. I don't really care for Wolverine in the suit. That's fine. As for this Joe Fixit, if I saw another YouTuber say, hey, you know what, this is the same exact toy that we got with the Walmart Joe Fixit, wouldn't have got it either. Now, this is a big caveat. If you didn't get the Joe Fixit from Walmart, then get this 2-pack. You'll probably save yourself money in the process because of how much that Joe Fixit is going for in the second market. But if you have that Joe Fixit and you're not a fan of Patch, don't waste your money. It's not worth it. This is definitely not worth it. It's basically a reused figure and another Wolverine to add to the piles and piles of Wolverines that Marvel makes annually, especially on his 50th anniversary. We already have 3 others that came out. I wasn't able to get the Sabretooth Wolverine pack that was announced, but that's probably a better worth for your money, just seeing what it is. Hopefully I can get one and I can review for you guys. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll check you in the next vid. Bye.